Welcome to Cross the Line Sports. My name is Carlos Smith, and I have a very special guest with me right now, a member of the Los Angeles Sparks, Miss Sarah Ashlee Barker. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
So, first off, let me say, I know you ladies have moved on to tonight's game, but congratulations on Sunday night's game.
Yes.
Sunday night's game. Just looking back on it, like, what was from you ladies cleaned it up a lot from Friday night into Sunday night's game against the Valkyrie until Chicago Sky game. What were those point of emphasis that you looked to clean up between those two games?
Yeah, I think it was just taking care of the ball, so taking good shots, moving the ball, making sure we're running the offense that our coach wants us to run, and executing. That's been a big emphasis for us to just, hey, how can we execute a play? And when the other team scores, like, we got to come back and execute the play even better when they score. So it's really just not letting our defense dictate because the other team scored on us and then translating it to offense. And so I think for us it's just, hey, just continue to stay locked in and stay in the game plan and understand that it's a 40-minute game and, like, they're going to go on runs, we're going to go on runs, but when they go on their runs, we've got to be able to capitalize and still push too.
Absolutely. I spoke with Shania Fagan before Sunday night's game, Sunday afternoon's game, and they're talking about her little transition from South Carolina to being drafted by the Sparks. Can you speak a little bit about your transition and being like the ninth pick in the draft? Like, how has your transition been? Because I know it's moved very quickly.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely moved very quick. I mean, you go from the draft to a week later, you're here in LA, and then you start, and then training camp's like 2.5 weeks, then the season pretty much starts. So it all happens very, very quick. So for me, it was one of those things I always try to tell myself, like, be where my feet are. And so I've really just been trying to every single day be exactly where I am. And so being able to have great vets like Dearica, KP, Z, like just everybody on our team, they've done such a great job with helping, all the rookies come in and just teach us and help us learn. And that's been really, really, really cool. And, like, it's awesome because, they're vets and they have so much experience. So being able to learn from them has been the biggest experience for me that I've loved. And then obviously the game moves so fast. And so because the game is so fast, like, you're having to get transition to it, and, like, you have to be able to learn and adapt. Even sometimes when you're just watching, you got to be able to pick up on those things.
Being drafted where you were, did you have high expectations? And then going from Alabama to, of course, like out here in LA with the stars and everybody comes out here to just casual pull up to the games. Did you already have high expectations just because of where you were drafted and where you're going to?
I think absolutely. I think I hold myself to a high standard, and so I think that with anything that I do, you always are given an opportunity. So why not go and try and live and do it to the highest of your ability. You're not going to be perfect at times, but you are going to learn, and when you do learn, you push on and keep trying to get better every single day. But definitely, like you were saying, like, just I didn't really know what to expect when I came out to LA, honestly, because I mean, I'm from the South, so I didn't come.
Likewise.
I've really never been to the West Coast for real until now, so it's really cool. Like, even when we travel to different places, like when we went to Phoenix, I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, I'm getting to see different states and different things, and so that's been really cool. That's been such a, like, expectation that has kind of, like, reached on its own, like, of not knowing what to expect, you know what I mean?
Right. First couple of games, you came off the bench, and then, of course, due to injuries, you came into the starting lineup, and you played very well. Was that something that you anticipated early on, being thrust into the starting lineup? And then, of course, I know you always expect to play well, but is that something that you anticipated?
Yeah, I mean, I think every single game, like, you can get better, and there's things that I need to improve on. But I think at the end of the day, as long as I just give my full effort every single night, I think that will carry itself over. And then obviously from, like, expecting to come into a starting role, like, you always, as a player, you have to be ready when your number is called. And my number was called to start because of injury and all that kind of stuff. And so you got to take that opportunity and try to be the best that you can. And you're not trying to go replace somebody else. You're just trying to be you and come in and play how you play.
Right. During the Chicago game, you made a big three, and I don't know if you noticed it or not, but Kevin Durant was on the sideline.
I pointed at him.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, how did that make you feel, see Kevin Durant cheering you on when you making a three, a future Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats?
No, it was awesome because I actually had missed a three in the corner, and I was running back down, and he was like, 13. He was like, follow through on your shot, follow through on your shot.
Nice.
And so the next shot that I took, I knew I followed through, and I knew it was going, like, when you just feel it, and it felt good. And as soon as I made it, I saw him stand up and put his hands up like I told you so, and I just pointed at him. It was definitely a surreal moment for sure.
I know it's still early on, but this will be about 5-6 games into the season, but has the game kind of feel like it started to slow down for you already?
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit. I think every single game, I feel like I'm feeling more and more comfortable with just the speed, but I think that it's still going to take me some time just because I am seeing these teams for the first time every single night,
I know you're dealing with a lot of injuries, but you got a young, talented team with a lot of potential.
Yep.
But once all the pieces start to come back, what do you anticipate your role being on this team?
Yeah, just somebody who, when when the shot's there, take it. Don't try to force anything. Defensively, own your matchup. Be a really, really good one-on-one defender, and do the little things. Go do hustle plays. Go do get other people assists and that kind of stuff. But when it is your time to be able to score the ball, like, don't hesitate and don't step back from that.
Looking at today's matchup, you're playing against Atlanta Dream. You know, it's another team that plays with two bigs. I'm not sure Brittany Griner's going to play today, but they also have some guards. They can put the ball on the floor, create shots, and score. What do you anticipate, like, the point of emphasis being in today's game?
Yeah, transition defense for sure. I mean, you got to be able to take care of the ball offensively, which if you don't take care of the ball offensively, they can get out and run, and they can space the floor too, because not only do they want to get the ball inside, they also have really good three-point shooters. So they're trying to get the ball off, and then at the same time, they can get downhill with their, like, they can all score at all three levels from the guards aspect. And so for us, it's just, hey, how do we defend the paint and understand that you're going to have to help and dig a little bit, but at the same time, like, you've got to know where your shooters are and understand the scouting report.
Absolutely. So. And how I got to ask you about the half-court shot that you made. How are you feeling about that?
I made it. I did. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes. Appreciate it.
And then my last and final question, I love to ask everybody, you know, it's been a blessing for us, you know, watch you grow, play the game of basketball, and you're living out your dreams. But for people watching this interview, what advice would you have for those maybe the young athletes that's pursuing their dreams, or anybody in general that just want to live out their dreams? What advice would you give to them?
Yeah, I would just say that, like, you're never going to be perfect, and that's okay. And for you to fail, that means that you're just going to get better at something else, and you can always try your hardest. And even when you try your hardest, you may not reach what you want to reach, but at least you know that you're growing in who you are as a person, and you're still learning along the way, because that's honestly what the most important thing about life is, like, continuing to get up when you fail. You know?
Absolutely. Sarah Ashlee, thank you for your time, and good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.